As COVID vaccines are being distributed around the United States and globally, one nonprofit organization in North Carolina is administering vaccines to thousands of Latinos as part of their efforts to support the Latino community during the pandemic. El Centro Hispano is a grassroots organization that strengthens the community, builds bridges, and advocates for equity and inclusion of Hispanics and Latinos in the Triangle of North Carolina. The organization has spread awareness through canvassing, tests, and vaccine events. One of these events occurred at the Andrew United Methodist Church located in Andrew, North Carolina. Hundreds of neighboring Latinos stopped by throughout the day to receive the vaccine from volunteer pharmacists, nurses, and doctors. One of the community health workers, Tyler Stallings, worked at the vaccine site for El Centro Hispano in Andrew. He shared his comments about the main goal and mission of the organization in providing these services to those in the Latino community.
So our main goal in providing vaccines to the Hispanic and Latino community here in North Carolina is to ensure that they have the correct information and also that they have the equitable resources here to be able to make an informed decision about whether to get vaccinated or not. We know that vaccinations help our state as a whole, and it helps all of us get back to normal. So by being able to be the ones that provide those bilingual and those culturally competent services, we help our state as a whole.
Another community health worker, Allison Perez, who also worked at the event, expressed her opinion of the importance of the organization's efforts for the Latino community.
I think it's important just because the Latino community is underserved and there isn't a lot of resources being pushed out, and also because there's such a big workforce in the community and people don't know it. They're just frontline workers and putting their lives at risk every day. And I think they should be one of the first people who should be considered and appreciated and thought about when thinking of COVID.
These community health workers were not the only ones who believed in the importance of COVID safety and immunization for Latino communities. Pastor Ray Teague, the pastor of the Andrew United Methodist Church, believed that administering vaccines was so important that he offered the church as a location for El Centro Hispano to have the vaccine event.
I feel it's really important to have a COVID vaccine accessible to everyone because that's the only way we're ever going to get this disease under control. That's why I offered up our church building for a vaccination site, especially for those that aren't readily available to get a vaccine. To address the community. We have a large Hispanic community in Andrew, so I felt it was a safe and a good place to offer a vaccine site.
I sat down with Fiorella Orna, an independent consultant and COVID-19 Latino outreach leader for El Centro Hispano in the Triangle area. When asked about the work that El Centro Hispano has done and the legacy it leaves behind, she had this to say.
The greatest benefits that I have seen El Centro provide to their community has been in the area of community support, where they create connections between the needs of the community and the organizations that are providing services. El Centro Hispano envisions a time when Latinos are fully integrated and a part of the mainstream community, where they are represented in different factors from systems to decision making to economies. El Centro envisions a time where individuals are working hand in hand in making improved health and better quality of life for all in communities.
El Centro Hispano has educated over 25,000 Latinos about COVID-19 and helped to vaccinate about 4,800 people since mid-March 2021. They are continuing to support Latinos as part of their mission to strengthen the Hispanic Latino community in North Carolina. Until next time.